Good morning, everyone. We are come and our topic is current electricity. Okay. In this topic, we are discussing about what is current and some other property of current like and resistor and their conductivity, resistivity, and current density. After that, we are discussing about the combination of cell and the combination of the resistor, and then finally we are come out the we are taking some rules. What are the rules for follow of a circuit, and what is the application of this topic? Why I am read this topic? So first of all, we are discussing about Kirchhoff rule. Kirchhoff rules. These rules are basically help to solve out a circuit. Okay, what is the potential in a circuit and what is the current flow in a circuit. So in this rule, we are basically discussing about two type of rules. First is junction rule. Junction rule, basically this junction rule is related to the current. Actually, by the Kirchhoff say that if in a circuit some current is come in, the same value of the current is come out. In a circuit, if some value of current is come in, then same value of current is come out. It's mean in a circuit you are flowing the current I is 1 ampere, then you are finally getting the current 1 ampere. So in the circuit the value of the current is not same. Current is divided, current is sum, current form is changed, but the value of the current is same. So this is the junction rule. Second, by Kirchhoff loop rule. Actually, the loop rule is related to potential. By the Kirchhoff will say that in a circuit, the potential, the sum of the potential is same. In a circuit, sum of the potential is sum of the potential of any resistor and cell are same. This is the second statement of Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff say that in this statement actually a resistor have some potential difference, a cell also have potential, but in a circuit if some resistor and some cells are available, so the sum of the complete sorry, not same, it is 0. The sum of the complete resistor and cell potential is equals to 0. So this is the two basic rules given by Kirchhoff is very important to solve out a circuit. And then we are discussing about the application of this Kirchhoff rule. In the application of this Kirchhoff rule, the first application is Hewitt-Stone bridge. The first application is Hewitt-Stone bridge. The first application is Hewitt-Stone bridge. Okay, actually the diagram of this Heavy-Stone bridge is like this. This is the diagram of the Heavy-Stone bridge, and there are a galvanometer is connected. Okay, the resistance is this R1, the resistance is this R2, this is R3, and this is R4, and a battery and a switch are connected to these 2 points. Okay, then switch is on. The battery is B, switch K, and this is point A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. Okay, then current I is flow in this circuit, and this is divided from here, this is I2 and I1, and finally divided from here, this is I3 and I4. Okay, basically in this circuit the AC is battery arm, and BD is galvanometer arm. Okay, basically in this circuit we are consider that in the edge of BD, and current of IG is 0. No any current is flow in this circuit to B to D. No any current of flow. So there are galvanometer in this galvanometer, no any front of flow. It is because we want to balance the all 4 resistor. We want to balance the all 4 resistor. So we are assume that in this case the IG is 0. Okay, the IG means galvanometer current is 0. Then this is the loop first and this is loop second. We apply the Kirchhoff rule in the loop first. Okay, in loop first we are consider from A, D, B, and finally come to A. So A to D the voltage is I1 R1. We are taking minus sign because our direction and the current direction is same, so we are taking minus sign, plus D to B, we know that IG is 0, so there are the potential difference is also 0. Okay, then B to A, our direction is B to A, but the current direction is A to B, so we are using positive sign, and the voltage is here I2 R2, and according to loop rule the total potential is 0. So we are solve it. If we are solve it, we are getting I1 R1 equals to I2 R2, and if you also solve it, you are getting I1 upon I2 बराबर R2 upon R1. Okay, first this, if we are using loop 2, this is loop 2. Okay, then we are starting from D, C, B, and finally come to D. So DC we are getting minus I3 R3, plus direction of the current and direction of the our loop is different, so we are using plus sign I4 R4, and finally in the BD the IG is 0, so the voltage is 0. If we are solve it, we are getting I3 R3 बराबर I4 R4, and we also want to solve it, we are getting I3 upon R4 बराबर R4 upon R3. Okay, if in this case at the point D, if no any current flow in the IG, then the value of the I1 and I3 are same. So the complete current of I1, if not divided at that point, this is converted into I3. So in this case I1 equals to I3, and this is the same phenomena happen from here. Okay, at the point of B, if I2 comes and not current is flow in this form, in this edge, so the complete current is converted into I4. So we are considering I2 equals to I4. Okay, we are changed in this equation. Actually put I3 to I1 and I4 to I2. Okay, so we are getting I4 upon I3. We are using equation 1 and equation 2, both equation I1 upon R2, I1 upon R2. So in using this both equation, we are getting R2 upon R1 is equals to R4 upon R3. This is the balance formula of resistance in the heavy stone bridge. If you have 3 number of resistance, you usually find out the value of the 4th resistance. Okay, so this is our heavy stone bridge. Okay, we are using this heavy stone bridge method in a meter bridge. Meter bridge is a practical experiment. So we are discussing about what is meter bridge and how can I use this formula in the meter bridge. In meter bridge, the diagram of this meter bridge is like this. This is resistance R, okay, unknown resistance, and this is resistance S, standard resistance. We know this value but we don't know this value, okay, and this is point A, this is point B, and this is point C. We complete this circuit using a battery, okay, and a switch. This is battery B, this is switch K, and we put a meter scale here. This is a meter scale. This is a meter scale. We are using in this experiment a meter scale. So basically this name is meter bridge, and this point B connect a galvanometer, and this galvanometer is connected jockey, okay, and this jockey is basically put on a meter scale. This is galvanometer, okay. So in this circuit, if current is flow, then this galvanometer show a deflection, and this show a deflection at the point length L, and this is the dashed length is 100 minus L. So if we use the Wheatstone bridge formula in this circuit, so we are say that R by S is equals to R Cm L1 upon R Cm 100 minus L. Basically in the Wheatstone bridge, the in a 4 resistor, if you have the value of the 3 resistor, you are getting 4th resistor. But in meter bridge we have some length and some resistor. If we have the value of the length, we find out the value of the resistor. This is the basic difference of in the meter bridge and the Wheatstone bridge, okay. RCM is the resistance of the length L, and RCM also is the resistance of the length 100 minus L, because the meter scale is made by a same material. So the complete scale, the resistance is RCM. So RCM is cancelled out by the RCM, and the R upon S is equals to L upon 100 minus L, okay. We know that R is the unknown resistance and S is the known resistance. So we want to find out the value of the R L upon 100 minus L is multiplied by S. If you know the value of the S is the known resistance, S is known and there are actually R is unknown, okay. If you want to the value of the known resistance S, then you easily find out the value of the unknown resistance R. This is the basic formula of the meter bridge we are using in the practical usage, okay. Then we are discussing about potentiometer. Potentiometer also is a application of the Kirchhoff law. A potentiometer is a versatile instrument. So if we are using potentiometer, we are using a we are find out the different type of different type of property, like voltage, like internal resistance, like current. So actually potentiometer is a versatile instrument. The diagram of potentiometer is like this. This is a battery, okay, and this is variable resistor. So we are denoted like this, okay. This is battery, this is variable resistor, and this is switch K, and there are N1 and there are N2, and we are connecting is with to another cell. This is EMF epsilon 1, this is EMF epsilon 2, and this is a box, point 1, point 2, and point 3 another. This is galvanometer, and this is jockey connected to N1, this is a jockey connected to N2, okay. This is the potentiometer. In this case, firstly we are connected to jockey with N1, okay, and there we are using epsilon equals to psi L, okay. Psi is equals to EMF per unit length. If you find out the value of the psi, this is equals to E by L. So psi is equals to EMF per unit length. Then we are using this formula here. So if we are initially we are connected to jockey to N1, then we are getting epsilon 1 L. The current is flowing jockey 0, 0 minus epsilon 1 equals to 0. So we are getting epsilon 1 equals to psi 1 L, sorry, psi L 1, okay. Then we are, if we are connected to jockey with N2, then we are getting same formula, psi L2 minus 0 minus psi 2 बराबर 0. Then we are getting psi 2 equals to, sorry, epsilon 2 equals to psi L2. If we are divide this both formula, we are getting epsilon 1 upon epsilon 2 equals to L1 upon L2. This is the basic relation of EMF between length of L1 and L2, okay. And if we are using, if we are change this instrument, if we are doing some change in this instrument, then we are change only two things. First we remove its cell from here and a switch and put a resistance box here, okay. RB is a resistance box, this is kunji K. So here we are actually, in this case epsilon 2 equals to psi L2, it's same, no change, but in the form of this K and this RB, we are getting V equals to psi, V equals to IR. Just 30-second break. Okay, sorry, we are doing right. Actually V equals to psi L1. Then we are divide both these things. We are only write epsilon because there are only one cell. So epsilon upon V is equals to psi is cancel out. Then we are getting L2 upon L1. Okay. We know that because epsilon is equals to I R plus R and V is equals to I R. So we put this both value in this formula. We are getting I R plus small r upon IR, okay, equals to L2 upon L1. then I is cancel out, okay, then R plus R upon R is equals to L2 upon L1. Actually we are doing this because we find out the value of the internal resistance R. If we are putting a cell, okay, then this cell have an internal resistance. So if I want to find out the value of the internal resistance, so we are doing this, okay, because we want to find the value of the internal resistance. So please cross multiply of this. So R L1 plus small r L1 बराबर कैपिटल R L2. R L1 is equals to R is common L2 minus L1, because you want to find the value of the R, small r L2 upon L1 upon L1, and finally the value of the small r is equals to R L2 upon L1 minus 1. This is the value of internal resistance of a cell with using potentiometer. So we are find out the value of the both these cell EMF with the using the length L1 and L2, and also we find out the internal resistance of a cell with using this potentiometer. So this potentiometer is called a versatile instrument, okay. So finally this topic is finished, and this chapter is also finished, current electricity, by me. If you face any problem in this chapter, you are doing a comment, and I reply of this your comment. If you like this, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.